Welcome back to the show. We got another great one lined up for you. Somebody roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show. You can follow us on Twitter, YouTube, and digperspectives.com for exclusive content. Right now, $2.22 trillion market cap for crypto. The market's off by 2.8%. 60,900 plus for Bitcoin, 2,300 plus for Ethereum, 119 billion plus market cap for Tether, and we see 34 billion plus market cap for USDC. XRP number 7 spot is 53 cents. It is up 2.1 in the last hour, 1.9 on the 24, and up 3.9 on the 7-day. So everything we've seen as far as positive movement's been within the last 60 minutes here. So 54 cents, ranging between 52 and 54 cents. We're on the top side of the range. We'll keep an eye on it. Hey, I have no problems if XRP wants to get out and go for a jog today or a flat-out wind sprint. Either way, we're fine with it. Nevertheless, let's get started. I want to make a general reminder to remind you about scams. This is an article here, and shout out to Michael Branch for this. Give him a follow. These charges mark the first ever criminal case targeting market manipulation and wash trading in the digital asset space. Now, I'm not going to go down into this other than to show that, these people were found. They were arrested. Thank goodness. This market is hard enough when we all can just win and lose on a regular basis based on investing itself, let alone when there's bad actors out here taking advantage of us. But I wanted to show these handcuffs today because I hope one day we get to see the Phoenix Fire Token people that participated in that in a set of these matching chrome bracelets too, because I still feel for all of the people out here that were harmed so badly from that scam. So when it comes to that, just remember, there are bad actors who try to target Ripple scams and things of that nature on YouTube and on social media. Be very careful and understand Ripple would never ask you for money or anything close to it. So just keep your eyes peeled. And as the market really turns positive, ladies and gentlemen, remember, that's when people really ramp up these scams. So be very, very careful. It is so easy to click on the wrong thing and then your life is upside down. According to James Seifert, an analyst of Bloomberg Intelligence, options on Bitcoin exchange-traded funds are expected to launch in the U.S. by the first quarter of 2025. This is an expansion of the market. These are the kind of products that institutions love, which means they're coming in, baby, in full force. This market's getting more mature by the day. And at the same time, we're watching geopolitical things happen on the stage, the world stage, that are really changing the face of finance and the monetary system forevermore. Cuba officially applies to join BRICS as a partner country, ladies and gentlemen. And at that same time, I want to share this with you. The Commonwealth of Independent States, CIS, which consists of 12 countries, has settled 85% of cross-border transactions in national currencies. If we go down into this article here, it will list these smaller nations, these smaller countries, Armenia, right? Belarus, Georgia, Kazakhstan, Russia, not so small, Ukraine, Uzbekistan, right? Turkmenistan, all of that. These are the smaller nations that now are doing local currencies for 85% of their cross-border transactions. This is how it starts, and it's at this point that I realize, and I know you guys do too, this is a transformation. They're not coming back the other way. The whole idea of this is to not use the US dollar, but their own. And eventually, in the future, to introduce a gold-backed BRICS currency has been the notion that is floated out as well. Now, remember, in just a few weeks, we're going to see the summit for BRICS. So that is right on the heels of this, too. And what do we have? Swift Sibos, World's Banking Payment System. They're meeting this month. What else do we have? Ripple Swells event for cross-border payments and innovation of finance. And now we have BRICS meeting also. These things, to me, are not mutually exclusive unto themselves. All of these are happening because it is all coordinated. Just like this, I believe, as well. Ripple starts burning real USD hard. 2 million stable coins scorched in one go. And listen, we know that there was more than 30 million as of last check, and it's probably even more than that now. But all of this beta is happening very quickly. And if we were weeks away a few weeks ago, maybe we're days away now. I don't know. But it is exciting because, look, there is evidence here that we're getting very close. The Ripple XRP ledger has undergone a code review. The XRP ledger has undergone a code review to enable the real USD integration with, you guessed it, automated market makers, ladies and gentlemen, with future updates pending. I love this. I love this. You know, the fact that you could put your real USD in a pool also. I mean, that's why I say, you know, if we're looking at this space, like if you're looking at the crypto space, digital asset space broadly, and thinking, what does it look like 5 years from now? And you're thinking about the way it looks like today, but it's just bigger. That ain't it, right? Because once legislation passes, this space belongs to the banks and the traditional financial community, the legacy investment banks, investment firms. That's who it belongs to. You just well say it now. Get all you can now, because when they get in here and do what they're going to do, and then we find out what happens to all the exchanges, I think they either get acquired or they get bought out if they don't have the license, or they'll shut down and get pushed out. And what about USD Tether? Will it be pushed out the way it's looking to be pushed out in the EU? Will it find its way to be compliant? Will it be forced to be on the XRP ledger so the transactions can be monitored? Will it be white labeled and become the real USD? I don't know. But I do know that Tether's being investigated, and I do know that Brad Garlinghouse has made a point to bring it up a couple times too. Something's coming, and I don't pretend to know what it is, but head on a swivel. I like where this is going with the real USD. Meanwhile, Taiwan regulators plan crypto custody trial next year with, you guessed it, local banks, but we're not done there. At the same time, domestically at home, U.S. banks are under pressure. They're losing money, and it's a lot of money. JP Morgan Chase, heard of them. Bank of America, heard of them. Wells Fargo, Goldman Sachs, Citi battle shrinking margins. Uh-oh. The margins are shrinking. Yeah. So all the money they were making on the friction of the system with all this inflation and soon to be hyperinflation, I would imagine. What are we talking about? Now it's affecting the banks themselves. Oh. So in order to put some room back in those margins, what are they going to have to do? Well, it's my sneaky suspicion that they're going to have to join the new digital economy. And that way you can increase the velocity of money and you can get the friction out of the system, and they can begin to make money by providing real services instead of making money off of failed friction inside of services. It's pathetic. But here we see Ripple is taking a step to bring that service to the banking world. Ripple announces we're launching new features for Ripple Custody, bringing bank-grade custody solutions to fintech and crypto businesses. Man, I tell you what, simplified onboarding, XRP ledger tokenization, and DEX support, which is decentralized exchange support, pre-configured policy frameworks, real-time compliance monitoring, and new UI. You know, look, let's get down into this a little bit. We talked about it on the other video, but we're going to get down into it a little bit. Ripple Custody, a single, fully integrated, mission-critical platform to support all digital asset use cases. Not some, all. 250% year-over-year new customer growth for Ripple's custody solution. 250% year-over-year new customer growth? That is remarkable. You have to understand these solutions offered across largest global financial markets, including Switzerland, Germany, France, and the UK, the United States, Singapore, Hong Kong. Today, Ripple Custody serves. It does serve. And soon to be here in the U.S. Look, the whole idea is that to unlock the $20 trillion digital asset market opportunity here. Institutional adoption of digital assets is approaching an inflection point, with up to 10% of all assets expected to be tokenized and represented on public and private blockchains by 2030. Yeah, in 5 years, in a car loan, we won't have $2 trillion market cap, we'll have at least 20 in the length of a car loan. And what, you're frustrated? Hang in there, everybody. Holy crap, this is huge, says Crypto Insight UK. It is huge. It's massive. And as I said in my other video, look, why is Ripple launching bank custody when there's no clarity for it? Because we're about to get it. You saw how much money's been donated in crypto lobbyists and super PACs? It's a pay-to-play system. I know it doesn't feel good to say it out loud, but that's what we're dealing with here. And that's why we're going to get legislation, not to mention the fact there isn't much choice. Because some of the bad actors around the world, China, hello, have already taken the front of the race with the Chinese yuan and tied it to a social credit score. They are surveilling their citizens like never before, and they love it. It's working out gangbusters. We need to get something in place that protects all of us, so not only we don't have to worry about that threat hanging over our head. Let's get clear legal guidance and rules that says it can't never happen, right? And then on top of it, let's make sure that the bad actors aren't the leader of this technology in this fourth industrial revolution. My gracious. And that's the other reason I think we're going to get legislation, because we are at a point, an inflection point. The institutions need to get into this game now so they can take control. Look, relevance, power, and control. It's not going to change. That's what they want. That's what they already have. And that's what they will continue to make sure that they keep at all cost. Eggrag Crypto says here, men lie, women lie, but the chart doesn't. Check out the chart below. The predicted moves from a year ago are still on track. And this is why we cover crypto and technical analysts. People get mad, send me messages all the time. Why you keep covering this one and that one and when it ain't even going to happen? It's like, listen, it hasn't happened because it's clearly obvious legislation is what it's going to take to make it happen. The large money I know I've been waiting to see is going to come from institutions and financial legacy firms. And they're not here yet. But the very signal that Ripple is launching custody to serve banks directly tells me they're coming. That is the greatest signal that we are about to get legislation where banks are going to come in here, and guess who's running the space now? This is what we're looking at, ladies and gentlemen. It looks a lot like that bullish pennant flag right there, and it sure does. Textbook, in fact. Come on in. You know what? Let it ride. That's what I say. XRP, let it ride. It has been since 2017 I've been in this space. In late 2018, call it 2019, essentially, when I started in the YouTube influencer space. What a ride this has been. And I tell you, I'm so excited to see legislation come to play so we can understand exactly how deeply and how quickly the financial firms will move into this space. And I think it's going to blow our minds, no doubt about it. All right, that's going to do it for me. Not financial advice from me or anyone else. I'll catch all of you on the next one.